strange symbols on some buildings in the City of London give away their past. For example, this image here, this woman, means that this house is owned by the most important of all the medieval trade guilds in the City of London, the Mercers, and many other buildings around here have her image on them as well. Let's have a look at some others. And there is the Mercer's maid. Some people say she looks a bit like the Starbucks mermaid, and she's here as well on the other opposite wall too. Hello again. She's on this building here, and again up here as well. She's up here too, look, and she's at the end of this building as well, next to the Robert Dyer sign. See her there as well. And she's up here too, have a look. All over this building, the Royal Exchange. Look at the two gates here. There she is. And again, and she's even up in the ceiling here as well. Find the lady. Well, here she is. Hello, Mercer's maiden. And here's the final example of the so-called Mercer's maid, the oldest one in existence, dated to 1669. Again, very much like a Starbucks mermaid. So who were the Mercers? Well, they were one of the number one livery company, the original ancient medieval trade guilds that controlled London. They were responsible for all trade, commerce, finance, and they specialised. Number one was the Mercers because they controlled the wool trade, and wool was a major export in Britain. In particular, if you go to Parliament, there's even a thing called the wool sack, which sits in front of the Speaker of the House and represents the wealth of the nation. They would require apprentices to join them at about 12 years old, maybe for 7 years studying, at which time they would become a freeman and then a liveryman, and they could ply their trade across the City of London. There are 12 in the Premier League of livery companies, and the Mercers were number one. Apparently, two of them couldn't agree what position they took. That were the merchant tailors and the skinners, and so each year they swap 6 and 7, and that's where we think the phrase "to be at 6s and 7s" comes from, potentially.